latest zone is at Claiborne High School. We're talking to Coach McGinnis. What's the basketball season looking like for the Claiborne Bulldogs?
A lot of optimism this year, a lot of lofty goals. We're a very veteran group, a lot of experience coming back. We're definitely bigger and faster and stronger than we have been over the last couple of years. But we're excited to get started. Off to a good first 3 days, and we expect to make a long run in the tournament this year.
Okay, how many returning starters are you going to have, and how many seniors?
We have 7 seniors this year, 3 returning starters, but you get Josh Bolton back as well, who probably would have started last year, and he's healthier this year. So we've got 7 seniors and 3 returning starters.
Okay, what do you expect out of your senior class?
The leadership for sure, and they've done a very good job of that the last couple of days. But they're experienced in a sense that all the basic stuff they know very well, and they can play really fast, and we can put a lot more stuff in now with them to free them up a little bit, and let them play a little bit more on their own with structure, but still letting them improvise a little bit more now that they're a little more experienced and understand spacing and flow a lot better.
Do you think this was their year to really shine?
I think so. I really do. It centers around Ethan, but he's got really good pieces around him, good shooters around him, good guards around him, good stretch around him. It's the best core he's going to have around him since he's been here. So I expect him to have a really good year.
What about your juniors?
Juniors, we've got 2 juniors, but they're both really good shooters. Both score the ball extremely well. Cole has some experience at the varsity level from last year. Hunter doesn't have much varsity experience, but had a really good summer and a very good off season. He's had a good start to the last couple of days as well. So they're going to definitely help with the scoring and the athleticism. Okay,
who's a player to watch in the junior class?
Either one really. They're very similar in what they do. Cole, like I said, Cole's got some experience, and he scored well for us last year. I think he had at least one 20-point game. He can shoot the ball really well. Hunter's a little more dynamic off the dribble. I think he'll surprise a few people because he didn't have much time last year, so he's going to surprise a few people, and he's earned it. His off-season workout routine has definitely earned the opportunity this year.
Okay, let's talk about your sophomores.
Sophomores, I got a big group of sophomores. They've impressed me so far with their work ethic, their athleticism. They're unfortunately behind a lot of good kids in front of them, but it's really not that bad because they push them really well. Caden's doing a good job at the 1. He's very intelligent, smart, and he knows everything, every position, and he's a super competitive kid who does not like to lose. And that's what you want in a point guard. He knows how to distribute. He can score when he needs to. He's gotten quicker. He's gotten stronger. So I look for him to help us some this year. And Drew Epperson's grown a couple inches, I believe, and Christopher Ford's developed real nice. And all those kids have gotten better. But they work hard. They're sponges in practice. They're constantly asking, "Hey, what do I need to do better? What do I need to do to improve? What do I need to do in this situation, that situation?" They're eager to learn, and they really push those older guys. It's good to see.
Okay, talk about the freshmen.
We've got 7 freshmen, and it's a very diverse class. We've got some speed, we've got some size. They're very young, very raw. Some of them will pick up a little bit quicker than others on the pace and the tempo. Right now, they're really adjusting to the pace. In a practice, in a practice with a lot of juniors and seniors in it, it moves really fast, and they're adjusting to that. But there's a lot of potential there, a lot of potential. Chase has picked up on things real well. Chase Robinette, he's run a little 1 for us while Josh is still recovering from football, and he's done a good job with that. Owen's very skilled, Medlin. When he gets used to the speed and the tempo, he's going to be a really good player in the future. But I like that whole group. They're going to learn. They got a little bit of size, a little bit of length, some speed, a couple good shooters. So it's a deep group, and they're willing to work as well.
the team overall, do they have the height and the reach you want them to have this year?
I would call us long. We don't have quite the size we typically do. Ethan has put on some very good weight. He's a lot stronger, a lot thicker, can take some of the pounding that he gets inside. And CJ's grown quite a bit, and CJ's long. I look forward to CJ having a very nice year. He's going to surprise some people. For sure. He's made a big impact in the summer here in practice as well. And Evan's put on some good weight, Thomas, and he's very intelligent, knows everything inside out. He's got some length and some quick twitch to him. He jumps fast, moves fast. So we've got enough size for sure, and they play fundamental, and they're very athletic. We're jumping better than we have been in the last 2 or 3 years, and that's credit to Mason. Mason's done a great job with our strength and conditioning. I've definitely got to mention him. He's been phenomenal for us, and the kids have really benefited.
Okay, as far as Ethan goes, who's going to back him up? Who you expect to be in that position while he's getting rest?
When he rests, CJ will slide over to that spot, kind of run some of the similar roles. Vince Bolden will get some rep at that spot as well. It'll mainly be those two, unless we just really go small and go 5 guards, but it'll mainly be CJ and Vince.
What's the guard situation looking like? Who's got the edge going in? I mean, not necessarily don't tell me your starters, but
right.
Who you considering to be starters?
Well, it's good to see Josh back. He had a good summer, getting back in the flow of things. He didn't get to play last year, and so he's definitely going to push for a lot of times. And Brady Hamlin is a returning starter that knows everything, plays well, very smart kid, very competitive kid. Evan Thomas, of course. We're really deep at guard. Cole Holt, Hunter Greer. We've got a lot of depth there. Caden Williams is going to get some time, so I really look forward to it. We've got a lot of depth. CJ plays kind of like a guard, even though he's taller now. He's about 6'5", but he plays like a guard. So we've got a lot of guard depth, a lot of competition there, which is good in practice. Caden Lovin is also giving us some good practice minutes, who has potential to eke some time out as well. So I'm excited to see those guards compete.
Okay, shooting guards.
Shooting guards, Brady Hamlin definitely sticks out as a returner, and Cole Holt. Those are probably our 2 higher percentage kids coming back from 3. We developed a little bit though. Evan's shooting the ball better. He's worked on his form in the off season, and Josh shoots the ball well when set. So we've got those. CJ shoots the ball well when he's set. So we've got guards that can shoot this year, which is going to help space the floor for us for sure. And like I mentioned, Hunter shoots it well. Caden Lovin shoots it well. So we've got a lot of options. I think Brady and Cole will lead the way percentage wise, but those other guards have potential to shoot it very well this year.
Okay, the personnel that you have right now, this season, will it be kind of the same offense you run last year, or is it going to allow you to do a little more running? Or
we definitely have more options this year. We'll keep our base offense, but we're going to expand off it, play a lot faster this year, and definitely add a lot more wrinkles off of what we do. Because I don't have to reteach the basics a whole lot with this group. We can pick up right where we were and go. So it definitely allows us to expand the offense this year.
Defensively, do you like where your team is at?
I do. They're intense defensively. They communicate a lot better than they have in the past. They know where to be. They know the responsibilities better. We can be multiple defensively. We can guard ball screens in 2 or 3 different ways. We don't just have to do one thing. We can get caught in switches and get back to where we need to be. Our guards are strong enough now that they can guard bigger guys if they need to. So we can do a lot more defensively with the experience and the size this year for sure.
Okay, I always ask this. It's one of my favorite questions I get to ask every year. Who is the Dennis Rodman style player?
I've been preparing for this one. It's kind of interesting. As far as his game goes, none of the older guys really play like Dennis Rodman. There's nobody going and tipping it to themselves, and I usually have one real easy that I can say, "Oh, this is him." But I guess maybe CJ. He's long and he rebounds really well. CJ's going to score a lot better than Rodman did, though, and he handles the ball too. So it's kind of unique this year. I don't really have that one guy that kind of fits that mold so much. And fortunately, I don't have one at all that fits the mold off the floor. So that's a good thing.
Okay. giving you a chance to say something to the people that'll come out here and watch the Bulldog Nation. What do you want to say to the Bulldog Nation?
We're excited. We're excited for this year. The players are more excited for this year, I think, than I've had in a long time. Practices are highly competitive. They're fast. They celebrate success more. They're more of a family this year, I think, than we've had in a long time. They're going to play hard. They're going to get after it. They're going to bust their rear end, night in, night out. We've got a lot of home games this year. We're starting a new Thanksgiving tournament this year. We're going to have quality teams in here 4 days that week. We'd love for the community to come out and put on a good show for them. And we've got some good basketball players that are going to come through that week. And but the Claiborne Bulldogs are going to come out. They're going to compete night in, night out. They're going to play unselfish. They're going to play physical and fast and play with a lot of pride. We're going to represent the community and the school well.
Lastly, let's talk just real quick about the district as a whole and what your expectations are. You don't have to say it in wins or losses, but right. Overall expectations of this team.
Our expectations are to compete for a championship. It's a lot of people might roll their eyes at that. Greenville's still in the conference, but Greenville's the class of the conference. There's no doubt, but we've got the pieces to compete with Greenville, and I believe that the players believe that, and we want to compete for championships, and we want to get to the region. We host region this year, and we'd like to be playing on our home floor during that time. So that's our goals and expectations, and we're gonna compete night in, night out, play with no fear. It doesn't matter what the jersey says. We expect to compete for championships.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.